LeBron James is technically a NASCAR team owner now. A bunch of drivers enter into the Bristol Dirt Truck Series race, and Bubba Wallace tests the next gen car this afternoon. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric and welcome to Out of the Groove. Happy St. Patrick's Day. You know, I was looking in my closet and literally this is like the closest thing to a green shirt I have in my entire closet. Luckily the studio lights are more than making up for it, so don't come after me, y'all. Is this still a thing where you like pinch people for not wearing green? That was like what it was in elementary school. Like, oh, you don't wear green, you're gonna get pinched. I feel like you'd get in trouble for that these days. You know, times have changed. Don't pinch people without consent. Never mind, enough of that nonsense. We have a lot to talk about here in today's episode. A wide variety of widely different stories. I want to kick things off by talking about Bristol Dirt. The Bristol Dirt Nationals are officially in full swing. I have not been following very closely, but I saw Austin Dillon post a photo of him in victory lane with his dirt late model last night, so I guess he's won something. He's already into the dirt state of mind. Good for him, but just in the last couple of days alone, several high-profile Cup drivers have added their names to the entry list for next weekend's Camping World Truck Series event at Bristol Dirt, the day before the Cup Series race. Of course, the highly anticipated Cup race at Dirt. First time in 50 years that's been a thing. So yesterday, both Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Newman officially announced their intentions to run the Bristol Dirt race. Martin Truex will be rocking this beautiful Auto Owners colored 51 truck for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Ryan Newman will drive the number 39 Ford for DCC Racing. Other Cup Series drivers that we already know will race in the Bristol Dirt race. Kevin Harvick will drive the number 17 Hunt Brothers Pizza truck for DGR. Chase Briscoe will drive Corey Roper's 04 truck as well. And confirmed today, a heavyweight joins the fight. A new challenger approaches. It's none other than Kyle Larson. Nice Motorsports revealed today that Kyle Larson, Young Money, the California kid, he will drive their number 44 truck in the Bristol Dirt Truck Series race. So watch out. Is it too early to talk sweep? Is it too early? I don't think so. This is gonna be dangerous, giving him extra seat time, extra track time. Ooh. All day Saturday, he's gonna work that high line in just how he likes it, so that come the Sunday Cup race, he will be up there before anyone else making up time. So watch out, field. But yes, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Newman, Chase Briscoe are among those set to run in the Truck Series race. I've, in the last few episodes, talked about countless other Cup Series drivers that are running different classes of race cars in the Bristol Dirt Nationals. I mentioned Austin Dillon, Corey LaJoie, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch. I believe Kyle Larson's actually in the Bristol Dirt Nationals as well. I'm definitely missing some, but I've talked about that in previous episodes, so go check out, I don't know, one of my last episodes. We've recapped everyone who's racing this week before next week's Bristol Cup Series Dirt race weekend. Gosh, so many words. Anyway, very exciting stuff. We've already seen a couple of harrowing crashes in just dirt late model races at Bristol, so the track is already eating up sheet metal like nobody's business. Goodness gracious, these flips! And that crazy drone shot. Who doesn't love an amazing drone shot? Wow, that's pretty fantastic. Thankfully, drivers were okay. Race cars, however, were not. So Bristol's already chewing them up and spitting them back out. We'll see how the track changes over the course of this week and this weekend, because of course next weekend, that's the big show. Cup Series, Truck Series, NASCAR returns to dirt. How about that? Get ready, folks. Before we completely move off Bristol Dirt as a topic, I also want to mention this. Stewart Friesen, Truck Series regular, will actually make his NASCAR Cup Series debut at Bristol Dirt, driving for Spire Motorsports. Here was their announcement. That's exciting stuff. And still talking about the Bristol Dirt Truck race, Stewart Friesen's wife, Jessica Friesen, who is a known dirt racer, has raced dirt her entire life, late model sprint cars, she's done it all. She will drive the 62 truck for Friesen's team, so you'll have the first ever husband-wife duo in the same NASCAR race since, I believe, Elton Sawyer and Patty Moyes in the 90s. They raced a few races together. Now, apparently the two Friesens have raced each other before, but not in NASCAR, so very exciting. Definitely going to be a great subplot to follow. Stewart Friesen's won the Eldora Dirt Derby, I believe 2019 recently, so he's going to be a threat on Saturday, and we'll see what his wife Jessica Friesen is capable of as well. Very exciting stuff. Going to be fun to follow. Now we're going to talk about LeBron briefly here in a moment, but I also want to mention that today, as of the time I'm recording this, probably not by the time you're seeing this, it'll be later in the afternoon, but Bubba Wallace today tested the next gen car at Richmond Raceway with a slightly new look to it. can see from this clip right here, yes, a new red style wrap, a new scheme on the next gen car, but this little clip highlights a few of the next gen's most unique and defining features. The single locking lug nut, of course. You can see the rear spoiler for a short track, being Richmond, is fairly small. The rear diffuser is visible. I just always like to point these things out because you never know if something might change and we just don't notice it. As of the time I'm recording this, there hasn't been really any additional info given about today's test. Perhaps by tomorrow or later this week we'll hear Bubba Wallace, maybe folks from NASCAR will share some insight as to what they were really looking for this test. According to reports from last month, the next gen development is virtually complete, so chances are this test was mainly a tire test, maybe fine-tuning a few additional things. This was still not a manufacturer-specific prototype Bubba Wallace was driving. This is apparently the same car that they've tested for months now, just with a different wrap on it. So Ford, Chevy, and Toyota, we have still not yet seen manufacturer-specific versions of the next gen, but that, according to NASCAR, should be coming by this summer. Bubba Wallace is now, I don't know, the 10th or 11th or 12th, something like that, different driver to test the next gen car. It'll be interesting to hear his feedback, especially at Richmond, which is a unique racetrack. No other track on the schedule quite like it. You know, it's a short track, but it's 3/4 of a mile long, so it's not quite as short and compact as Bristol or Martinsville. It's a wider racetrack. You can see multiple grooves come in through the course of a race. It's a D-shaped oval with actual grass on the infield, unlike Bristol and recently, apparently, unlike Martinsville as well, as they've gotten rid of their grass on the inside wall. Got some people on Twitter up in arms earlier this week, but we'll see what Bubba Wallace has to say about it. I am curious to know how this car tested at Richmond. Previous oval tests have not seemingly been as smooth as road course tests, but usually it's been the faster, larger ovals that have given drivers in NASCAR some concerns. The short tracks have seemed to be pretty smooth, pretty straightforward as of up to this point, so hopefully no huge red flags come up during this test here today, but interesting to see a different wrap, if nothing else, on the next gen car and getting a different driver's point of view and feedback involved as well. So likely just a tire test, and still not a specific Toyota, Ford, Chevy body or anything like that. So we'll see that, I'm sure, fairly soon. The cars are supposed to be in the hands of the teams later this year, pretty soon per previous reports. So I'd venture to guess it won't be long until we see Ford specific, Chevy specific, Toyota specific next gen cars testing, probably at some point this summer, from specific teams. Like Joe Gibbs will throw out a Toyota, Hendrick will throw out a Chevy, Penske a Ford, and we'll see specific manufacturer versions of the race cars testing and teams gathering data for themselves. But interesting, this test kind of popped up out of nowhere. I don't think it was on the schedule until like just a few days ago. I mean, I'm sure behind the scenes NASCAR knew about it, but none of us did until like yesterday. So well, hopefully it went well. We'll find out more hopefully in the coming days and weeks. Just wanted to share that info with y'all. Now we have to wrap up this episode by talking about just a weird and unexpected story that was brought to my attention yesterday. First report, I believe, by the Boston Globe. Apparently, Los Angeles Lakers forward, NBA superstar, cultural icon LeBron James is technically now co-owner of Roush Fenway Racing, forever chasing Michael Jordan. No, in all seriousness, according to the Boston Globe, LeBron James now owns an undisclosed amount of shares in the Fenway Sports Group. As the name implies, Fenway Sports Group owns a variety of sports-related properties, including Roush Fenway Racing, but more significantly, they own the Boston Red Sox Major League Baseball team, Liverpool Football Club, NESN, and Fenway Sports Management. So yes, while technically LeBron James is now directly involved with the ownership group that co-owns Roush Fenway Racing, he is not in any way that I could see, at least from this article, directly involved with Roush Fenway Racing specifically. In fact, I would venture to guess LeBron James probably glossed over the part that mentioned Roush Fenway Racing. He was more interested in the Boston Red Sox, Liverpool, and in this article it talks about their future plans to invest into other major sports leagues, NBA teams, more baseball teams, NFL teams perhaps. They mention esports and sports betting companies. The only point in this article that even mentions Roush Fenway Racing is the part where they're listing off many of the subsidiaries of the Fenway Sports Group. But you do have to imagine, with some of the added attention Michael Jordan has gotten for starting up a brand new Cup Series team with Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin heavily involved, you gotta wonder if Michael Jordan was at all influential in LeBron James's decision to broaden his horizons beyond just his NBA career and film career and whatnot. Perhaps motorsports and of course esports, sports betting, which are other things NASCAR is heavily involved with as well recently. You know, perhaps that was a contributing factor to LeBron James's decision to invest and join this ownership group. But technically that's all. This isn't clickbait. Technically, LeBron James is at least a partial owner of a NASCAR Cup Series team. How about that? I mean, I'm not going to play games with you guys. Is LeBron James ever going to be as involved with NASCAR as even Michael Jordan is? And Michael Jordan's very, very hands-off, it feels like, with 23XI Racing. He's the figurehead, he's the name, he's signing the checks, but day-to-day is Hamlin and many others. No, I don't think LeBron James is going to be showing up to Talladega or even Daytona anytime soon. He probably doesn't know who Ryan Newman and Chris Buescher are, quite frankly. Although, hey, remember last year, Ryan Newman was the most searched athlete on Google, beating LeBron James, the king. So hopefully LeBron knows who Ryan Newman is now that he technically partially signs his paychecks. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe LeBron actually is somewhat interested in NASCAR. Who knows? Who knows? But I highly doubt it. But this is not clickbait. LeBron James is technically, on paper, a co-owner of Roush Fenway Racing. But he's a powerful and influential dude. John Henry and the entire Fenway Sports Group are continuing to grow, and that could be good news, that could be bad news for Roush Fenway Racing, but it certainly is an interesting and surprising story to wake up to yesterday, so I wanted to share that with y'all today. Let me know what you guys think of LeBron James, NASCAR team owner. I'm sure he's not putting that on his resume just yet, but he could if he wanted to. The opportunity is there. Anyway, y'all, let me know down below what you think of that story, what you guys think of all those Cup Series drivers running the Bristol Dirt truck race. Let me know what your thoughts on the next gen car are. As usual, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We talk NASCAR daily. My P.O. Box address, my all new P.O. Box address, is down in the description as well. Looking forward to showing off some of that stuff in upcoming videos. And as usual, a tremendous thank you to my incredible Patreon supporters. Couldn't do this show without your support each and every week. Midweek edition, thank you all for watching. I will see you again later this week before the cars hit the track at Atlanta this weekend.